Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll do a quick video on original bank rolls. One of my favorite areas to collect, but also one of the hardest to authenticate. There's a lot of dimes here, and I would say not all of them are legit. You know, some of them look better than others. What to look for, how to know? Well, you'll never really know, I guess, is the real answer. But what I try to do is make sure that at least the paper matches the generation. And typically there's going to be some toning on both sides. You want the roll to be tight. Striped paper didn't come into existence or be used by banks and third-party rollers until the late 70s and 80s, really. So if you have a striped roll, it immediately eliminates that from being an original bank roll pre-1980 anyways. So I have some memorial set rolls that are definitely real. I'll tell you why I say definitely. I don't usually say definitely. I have some that are not real. But I have some that I know for a fact are. And, you know, these ones are definitely handmade. 69S, so convenient. But these are just folded up by a person. But like this one. Bicentennial. Remember what that was? 1776 to 1976. 1975. And this is so tight. Right, so I mean, this is as real as it gets. The bicentennial wrapper, the year after the roll. It's, you know, and this is what I mean by the stripes. This is where the striped rolls started. If you had a roll of silver quarters or silver dimes and the roll is striped like this, it's definitely aftermarket, or, you know, it's a, you know, it's not a legitimate OBW, original bank wrapped roll. So you need to do a little bit of homework before you start putting down double what people would pay for junk silver. You know, if you're paying 18, 19, or 20 times face for junk silver, a lot of these rolls are going for 25, 30 times face and more. The half dollars have just gone crazy. People are paying 35, 40 times face. And for better dates, I saw some early 50s Franklin selling on eBay a couple weeks ago for over $1,000, 100X. I just wouldn't even contemplate buying it. It just makes no sense. This nickel roll was actually just acquired recently, and the person I bought it from was only a collector for a couple of years, but he couldn't help himself, and he opened it up, and he couldn't even tell me why he bought it. But it's these nickels have a lovely patina to them, and I tried to salvage the roll as best as I could and kind of put it back together again like Humpty Dumpty. So back to the dimes, you can notice that you'll notice that all of them are solid colors, which is a good step in the right direction, but it's far from all you want to look for. This one's loose. This one just, something stinks about it, and I don't know what. I know the coins are not toned, and I know the paper's old, but I think it's reused. I think this is a staged roll. It's a common date anyway, so it doesn't really matter, really. There's really hardly any premium on these paper rolls. But when you get into like the earlier dates, like this is a 53S, that date commands a bit of a premium. You know, I think I might have paid, you know, 27 or 28 times face for it. I have two 53S rolls, and neither one of them I'm thrilled about. This one is similar to the 64 roll, where it's just, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if I busted it open if it wasn't even a solid 53S all the way through. The guy I bought those from was not the most reliable person. But, you know, then there's others like this, and obviously 1955 is lowest mintage, but the most common uncirculated rolls. There was so many put away. This one's definitely real. It's tight. It just has the look. This is the look you want, if there is such a thing. The roll is so tight There's no oxygen whatsoever in there, or obviously there's oxygen in there, but very little. It's very tight. The toning is consistent. The paper is consistent. See the fibers, how it's frayed, the writing, the color, the whole thing. That one looks great. All right, some of these, you know, this one, again, it's a 19, what do we got here? 54 S or P? P, I think. Beautiful rainbow toning there. Splotchy it might be, but still beautiful toning. Camera's not really picking it up. That one, I'm leaning towards being real. You know, here's another one. Again, the paper matches the generation. You know, we've got a whole bunch of 1956D. And we've got a bunch of 1960D. It all came from the same hoard. 60D, 60D. 60D, that's it. But there's a bunch of 60Ds. Another P. There's a bunch of 60Ds. They must be out of order. There's one. There's another. So there's a bunch, but if we take a look at some quarters, these are the 56D quarters to go along with the 56D dimes. All came from the same hoard. A guy in Texas had, I don't know, 500 face in quarters and dimes, all 56D and 60D. And these are all tight. The paper's frayed. The toning is consistent. That's what you're looking for, is consistency. They all came from the same guy. They all came from the same safe. They all came from the same hoard, and they all look pretty much the same. The coins on the end look the same. Some of them are more toned than the others, but that's normal. This one has really nice toning. You know, some people don't like the mottled look, but I do. I think it's very natural. And it's tight. Now, contrasting those 56Ds with these is an early date, 43P. But look how much newer the paper looks, right? The color on the paper is not as faded. Side by side. Right, it stands out. And this is supposed to be 13 years older. No way, I say. Here's another one, 48. These two stand out. I say these two are Fugazi. Do I know that for a fact? No. But I'm not confident. And then really quickly, the video is running much longer than I wanted. A couple $50 rolls. You know, this one has the look. We've got Ben Franklin heads on both sides, so that's kind of a good sign. Sometimes when they stage the rolls, they'll put tails on both sides or one of each to make sure that you know what you're getting, especially if it's a better date or something you'd pay more money for. I mean, 1962, it doesn't matter if it's P or D, they're both going to be common. But, I mean, the toning is right, the paper is of the right generation, but something about it just doesn't ring true to me, and I don't quite know how to put my finger on it. But anyways, if you collect original bankrolls, there's a lot of great articles online. There's some some discussions in some of the PCGS forums, Collectors Universe, I should say, NGC forums, and there's a lot of good articles if you Google OBW or original bank wrapped rolls. There's a lot of information, and share your thoughts and comments if you enjoy this video or if you enjoy this part of collecting. Thank you. Have a good day.